evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us right here on The Glam. This is where your beauty is cherished, your wellness is prioritized, and your heart is treasured. My name is Tracy Wanju, and we're so excited for you to see what's happening tonight at Jamaa. It is a very eventful evening, as you can tell, and we cannot wait for you to see the showcase of Saraya all the way from Senegal right here in Nairobi. I am wearing a piece from Saraya, and I'm so excited because I feel beautiful, and I think even you, when you watch today's show, you will see what Saraya is all about. But we're also here to celebrate other designers, so get ready. It's going to be one eventful evening. I'm here with James, and before I knew who he was, I knew his brand. So tell us more about your brand, James.
Thank you so much. So my brand is Itikadi Fashion House. So we are women's and newly men's ready-to-wear fashion brand, Kenyan made. So Nairobi is our biggest market.
Amazing. So why is ready-to-wear so, popular? Why can't we just wait for 2 months and get our outfits?
I think it's appeals to what people wear every day. Like personally, I moved into ready-to-wear because it allows design expression for myself and also balancing it with market needs. Yeah. So people still need their clothes Monday to Friday or for their weekends, and it just gives us an opportunity to always introduce new styles.
Yeah.
I'm nothing against custom-made pieces. I think they are brilliant custom-made designers. But for my brand, I just wanted to have a more cosmopolitan, everyday feel, even though a lot of our pieces are very weekend, very resort.
Amazing. Yeah. What have you seen change in the fashion industry now that, you're a brand owner yourself? Over the years, that's very admirable.
I think with Kenya, and I can compare this with places I've traveled. I was currently in Zimbabwe. We have a market that's ready to buy Kenyan. So it's not a forced thing where you say it has to have this big story or this, you have to use prints from your culture. Those are all well and good, but we have a market that wants to have a percentage of their closet made in Kenya, and that has really helped boost. We have a lot of pop-ups where guys interact with a lot of brands, and in that way also as brands we get to improve on our quality, improve on our offering, improve on our presentation as well.
Yeah. Tell us more about your look today.
So I'm wearing one of the first pieces for Itikadi menswear. So the shirt is Itikadi menswear.
I love this.
Yeah. So we're using reclaimed cotton. So cotton that has a few defects, but we think that's part of the charm. Adding a few details. I love detailing, but simple details. So the pocket is one of our details. And this is just an overshirt. So you can wear it closed or you can wear it the way I've worn it right now. And it comes with matching shorts, but I didn't feel like wearing the whole look, so I just went to the shirt, and everything else is simple. Yeah.
And I love this because I could also wear this.
Yeah. I'm kind of trying to get my wife to not pick this.
I would wear this.
Yeah.
It's stunning.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much, James. If anyone wants to follow your brand or even yourself, can you please share your social media handles?
Yeah. So you can follow us on Instagram at Itikadi Fashion House and Itikadi Menswear. So those are two separate pages. And our website is in www.itikadi.co.ke.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
When you think of one of Kenya's greatest stylists, you have to think of Haba Boy. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for being here with us on The Glam.
Thank you for having us here.
And you look glam. Tell us more about your look.
Today I'm wearing Saraya by Safi. Yeah, so she actually chose this for me. She had a bunch of outfits for me to try on, but this is the one that she was hoping I'd love, and when I wore it, I was just like, so perfect. This is perfect. I feel like it's so me. I like that, it's kind of like this open here on the side, so it's very breathable. It's a very stunning piece. This is like hand embroidered, and then I like this part here at the back.
Oh wow, it's detachable.
Exactly.
Wow, that's stunning.
So I love that about it, and I feel like you can wear this in so many different ways. I can wear it with a long shirt. I can wear it with like a tee inside. Like, I feel like it's very versatile. So yes, this is like a really stunning piece.
Yeah, I'm sure as a stylist you saw so many things. Yeah,
exactly. So whenever I see an outfit, I always see like how many ways you can dress it up. Like, say for example what you're wearing, you have the leggings in there, you could wear something short inside. So I'm always thinking like, how can you style something in more than one way?
What is your signature look?
I don't know if I do have a signature look. That's a good question, because I like to play around with different silhouettes and designs. So no, I don't think I have a signature look. Nah, I like to experiment with clothes. So
I wish I was like you, because I'm one of those guys. If I wore this outfit like this, the next time you see me, it's just going to be like this.
No, I would never do that. I would always look for different ways to wear it. So that's how I see, when I see things, that's how I always visualize that, how can I wear it in different ways. So yeah, and that's why for me, I feel like I won't stick to one design. I'll always like try things. I'll always have different silhouettes, different prints, yeah, different designers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who has been your favorite designer in 2025?
In Kenya, I'd say Namiak.
No.
Oh,
yes.
Namiak silhouette, and also Savaria. Savaria and Namiak, top for me. And then of course nowadays, out of Kenya,
Yes, no, that's stunning, yeah? So when you talk about silhouettes as a stylist, what are you talking about? Because we understand what silhouettes mean, right? But when it comes to, you know, outfits, what are you talking about?
Okay, when I talk about silhouettes, something of like shape, form, fabrics, how it fits you, how it falls on your body. So like I was saying, so I play around with different silhouettes and designs for myself. And same thing with my clients too, you know? So like I was saying, I'd show you how to wear something in different ways, so that you're not stuck with just, I mean, most people, when they buy an outfit, they think that I can only wear it one way. So they're more hesitant to buy it if they think they can only wear it one way. But if you show them how to wear it in different ways, and they're like, okay, you know what? It's worth it. Let me try it out.
Yeah, I love that. Now, lastly, what does glam mean to you, one boy? She's like, glam?
Yeah, I'm like, what is glam? You know, actually, that's a good question, because I get clients who ask me to dress them for an event and they want to be glamorous. But the one thing I realized over the years is my perception of glam and your perception of glam are very different. So what I tend to do is ask the clients, send me some inspo, send me some photos, go to Pinterest and look and see what you think is glam, and send it to me, because I think we'll probably have different interpretations of glam. And more often than not, it's very different. Yeah, so from experience, Kenyans' idea of glam is not, say, a Nigerian's idea of glam, what their perception is. So we tend to tone things down, and then they tend to elevate things. So I kind of like try and make my clients happy, where I'm like, okay, this is what you want. Can we make it like 5 times, 10 times better? Yeah.
Thank you so much, boy.
You're welcome.
If anyone wants to follow you on social media, how can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram, it's Bombori Simba.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
The reason why we're here today is the beautiful, the stunning, this amazing designer from Senegal, Dakar, and that is Miss
Safi.
Safi.
Safi for short.
That's what I wanted to. How do you say the full? Is Safi?
Safietou.
Safietou.
So people call me Safi for short.
Yeah. I was just like, hi, Safi. It's so easy. But welcome to the Glam. How are you?
Thank you. Very happy to be here.
So you told me that this is not your first time in Nairobi, which is great. So it doesn't feel like you're thrown in the ocean and you're just not knowing what to do.
Honestly, Nairobi is like home for me, because for the last, I would say, 7 years, I've been coming at least 2, 3 times a year. And, people are so welcoming here, and, and I love the weather, and I feel like there is so much potential in terms of, fashion.
Yes, we'll talk about that. Yes. But what would you say has to be one of the big differences between, West Africa fashion style and, East Africa fashion style?
I feel like in East Africa, people are much more conservative, and because you guys are very practical. You want to wear stuff that are very comfortable, easy to wear, and day-to-day kind of stuff. Whereas in West Africa, people like to be like a little bit more like sophisticated, and that's a big difference.
Amazing. Now, Safi, anyone who looks at you would think you've been a designer all your life. But you actually have a really interesting background, because you're an economist. You worked as an economist for a long time, and then you transitioned in 2014. Why would you say How do you balance both, first of all, and how do you transition from economist to designer?
I think that I have always been a designer from a very, 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 very young age. But since Africa, you know, a long time, like years ago, until now, I would say, is not really open to creative arts.
Yeah.
So when you wake up and you say that you want to be a designer, you want to be, you know, people look at you like, this is not a job.
Yeah.
You see? So I had to choose something. And I decided to be an economist, not knowing that it will actually serve me later. So I decided to be an economist. I went all the way, you know, I did all my studies, you know, in North America. And then the big trigger happened. So I ended up working at the, you know, American Embassy. And President Obama and his wife, Michelle Obama, come to Senegal. And, you know, I was in the logistics, you know, trying to, you know, organize the visit. And this lady, she's Mrs. Obama's personal assistant. She comes to me. I was wearing a dress that I actually designed. And she asked me, and she was like, where is your dress coming from? And I said, well, I designed it. And she said, Mrs. Obama would have loved to have your dress. That was a trigger.
You were like,
yeah,
sure.
That was
right
a trigger.
now.
But I had so many other triggers, but I was, I guess, it was on time, you know, and I wasn't ready. And I don't think that the context where I was living was not ready. But that was the trigger. So that happened in 2013. I left the embassy at 2014. And then I knew that I had to do it. I knew it was time.
Yeah.
And trust me, both of them, I mean,
they merged.
Oh yeah, because you know, my background helped me to build my economic model, you know, and to have the vision.
And you know, that's interesting because when you think about a fashion designer, you're not thinking about economy models, you know what I mean? But how did that play a part in your fashion label?
Oh my God, it is so important, and that's the problem. Like people sometimes they do things out of fashion, which is good, but you need to be organized. You need to be structured.
I love that.
And you have to have a vision. You have to see yourself 10 years from now. And for you to be able to get there, you have to be structured. It is extremely important. People just do because somebody is doing. They copy and they pass. Somebody just do because they like.
For anyone who's never been to Senegal and looks at your design, what can they look at and say, wow, that is from Senegal? Because I know you're bringing both traditional and modern, you know, aesthetics and putting them together in a fabric, you know? So what is that look we're looking for?
I guess they recognize the design by the fabric, not necessarily by the style. For example, they will see what you're wearing. They'll know that the fabric is coming from Senegal. So I'm really trying to mix, you know, everything. I can use eventually, you know, some styles, you know, from Senegal and mix it. But my business model is really based on the tradition kind of modernity kind of things, because the Senegalese style we call it the boubou, and the boubou is really, you know, it's a very large kind of thing, and that's not for the day-to-day activity of women.
Yes.
Me, I'm working on the active woman, the corporate woman, you know, who gets up, you know, who wants to go to work, who wants to feel comfortable but still look good. Yeah.
Amazing. Now, you've been featured in so many magazines, you've been on so many runways. What would you say makes you so happy and proud about the work that you've done so far?
To be able to put Africa fashion on the map, especially when you go on a international fashion scene, you know. My last fashion show at the Paris Fashion Week, I knew that I made a difference because of the fabric I was using, you know. And of course, you know, the style, but mostly the fabric, because people knew that there was something particular, there was something different, you know. So when you go on an international scene, trying to look like you, not trying to look like any other trend or any other, that's what is the most important, you know. And that's why, you know, being unique is extremely important. But being you and using your identity and your background and your craftsmanship makes a whole difference.
That is everything.
Yes,
that is everything.
Yes.
Now, I know you're getting ready for the runway. What should we expect to see from you?
You should expect difference. you should expect, fabric that we don't usually use, in fashion, styles that we don't usually use, and women that are comfortable in whatever, they're wearing. And people usually tell me, well, your style is very unique, is really different. Why is that so? I said, well, because I'm faithful to what I like, and I'm faithful to my identity. And whereas we are in a world where everybody's trying to do whatever, because there is a world of trend. I don't want to be into trends. So that's what you are.
I love that. Be fiercely you. Whatever that is, be fiercely that.
And my how do you say, the big phrase, is wear yourself proudly.
Wear yourself proudly.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yes, thank you.
We're going to see more of your clothes on the runway. I am wearing
absolutely
Saraya.
Yes.
I feel so beautiful in this piece.
Thank you so
I mean,
much.
it's so stunning.
Yes,
it's stunning. The fabric, like you said, just stands out.
Absolutely.
It's comfortable.
Absolutely.
I absolutely love it.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much. So Safi, before you go, if we want to follow you on social media, where can we find you?
So Saraya, S as in Sam, A, R as in Robert, A, Y, A, and then another A at the end, dot, S as in Sam, N as in Nicole.
Yes.
Saraya.sn.
And Saraya has a meaning back home. What is that?
Saraya is a region at the southeast of Senegal that produce golds. And to me, women are just precious.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I thought that I had to use a word from Senegal, a name from Senegal, but something that you can say easily. Because sometimes when you go to foreign country, I mean, they don't even know how to spell your name. So I'm like, okay, Saraya is perfect.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
There you have it. Safi Tu's sake.
Safi to sake, yes.
Yes, I got it. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Meet AJ, who has come dressed for the occasion. Hi, AJ.
How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you so much for being here with us. Can you tell us more about your look?
So this is like a fabric made from Nigeria. We call this agbada.
Okay.
So the different kind of agbadas. This is a smaller one, and I'm wearing like some beads made in Nigeria as well, with some black shoes from Zara, and this is some chief titled like beads as well with a tag watch as well.
You said chief title.
Yes.
Okay. So does that mean you're a chief, or?
I am actually, yeah.
You are a chief.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How do we say hello to chiefs back home?
You just greet them normally, but like you show respect. Like if you're from the Yoruba culture, you have to like bow.
Okay.
For a guy, and a woman will like go like a little bit just to show respect for that person.
Oh, wow, then I should have just,
It's all right.
But thank you so much for being here. Now, we've seen so much today, and I'm sure you've interacted with a lot of the designers. What would you say really stands out when it comes to Kenyan fashion brands?
So we're talking about Kenyan fashion brands. I would say Kenyans are becoming more brave, because like the lady said earlier, she was like, with East Africa, they like something very comfortable, something not too loud. But the West Africans are normally like something very flamboyant, like you walk into a place and, there's a presence. So like she said, she's going to try and, add that to her designs as well. And I think Kenyan designs are coming really good. I like the cowrie shells that they're using. So the cowrie shells as a button, because the cowries used to be the currencies back in the olden days. To now use that and infuse it into a button, it's a beautiful thing.
It really is.
Yeah.
What would you say really stands out when it comes to West African fashion? I mean, she showed us a bit of it, but for you, what stands out when you put on an outfit and you want people to know, I'm AJ, but I'm not just AJ, I'm from back home.
So with West African fashion, I can talk more about Nigeria. So what we wear identifies who we are. It shows that we're proud people, we love our culture, we love our language, and we want people to know that's where we're from, because you get some Africans that they pretend like Europeans or Americans, and you don't need to pretend. Just be yourself. People will accept you for who you are, and people can also learn when they see what you're wearing. There's a history. It's just like people with tribal marks. there's a history with tribal marks that identifies where people come from. So the same thing with fashion as well. So for us, it's like a celebration, showing where we're from. We're from this neighborhood, and we want people to see who we are. So we're very proud people, but very humble at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So confidence is definitely key, and I can tell AJ you're a very confident person. What makes you confident? Is it what you wear? Is it just who you are? What makes you confident?
I think it's the way I was raised. So my parents raised us in such a way that no matter who you're speaking to, you're an equal. So whoever I meet, even if you're a millionaire or you're better looking or whatever, you have to treat everybody like, as an equal. So that's where the confidence comes from. So whatever I'm wearing, how I speak, how I carry myself in any kind of situation, it all comes from the way I was raised.
Yes. And lastly, I know you were a fashion designer. Are you still a fashion designer now?
Yeah, I'm still a fashion designer, but I'm doing more film at the moment. So I'm trying to infuse film with fashion. So I did a film 2 years ago. It was a Nigerian and Kenyan film called Dice. So what I did was like, I put my fashion, you know, hook on top of it as well. So before you even talk about the film, you're talking about the fashion, because it's all African fabrics that we used in the movie. So I'm still doing both, but I'm focusing more on filmmaking at the moment.
All right. So if anyone wants to get in touch with you, see your work, how can they do that?
They just need to go to Instagram or YouTube, Duke of Bariga. So it's the Duke of Bariga, and they can get to see fashion, movies, anything to do with visualization, basically.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
We've had such a fantastic evening, and what you're seeing here is Safi 2 designs. But other than that, we've seen so many other Kenyan designers, and it's been an amazing time. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I hope that you've seen how great fashion brands are doing out here. And if you're a designer out there, remember what Safi 2 said. Just go for it. Do it, because you can, all right? So see you guys next Wednesday. It's going to be at the same time, same place. Have yourself a fantastic Wednesday. From me, it's goodbye.